Hey guys, this is Hidden Matrix and welcome back to another video on the channel. And in today's video we're going super with Super Sonic, and it's going to be the classic Sonic super form. So we're going to be drawing classic Sonic basically in his yellow super form, and I'll be trying to step by step show you guys the basics of drawing Sonic, and hopefully you can by the end of the video have a Sonic which you're really happy with and is well drawn to your standards. And of course I would like to say thank you to you guys for us now with the channel reaching 1,000 subscribers, and that is an amazing milestone to get, as I never thought that 4 years ago when I started the channel that I'd get to this and we finally hit it. So up and onwards we go with the channel, and it's brilliant that we've hit that. But now moving on to the 5k mark, the 10k mark, and so on, and keep building this community and keep building a great channel that we have here. So without further ado, we'll start off drawing Sonic the Hedgehog, because that is what you're here for, to draw Super Sonic. So for step one, what you want to do is first of all sketch out a circle for Sonic's head. I might resize the circle, but you want to make sure that basically you've got like an ellipse looking circle. It doesn't have to be perfect and like perfectly lined as it's sketched out. It's just a basic guideline for where we want the head and what we can visualize as where everything the head will be. And to show where the head is facing, we'll draw two lines which will be like where the access point is, and just to make it easier to show the direction we're going with the head, which is to do a line like this, and then we'll go with something like that, and you get the general idea for the head there. We can now move on to drawing the body, which is just a simple circle, just a rough circle, something like this, and there you have it. And for the legs, you just go with a line downwards for the middle point of the leg, and we can also do it on the other side as well. These legs may be adjusted later on depending on the kind of like the gap in between each leg. And then go for the socks, just like a line across, and then we'll do like some kind of like rectangles basically, just to then make it simple shape to start off with. And then we'll cut across in the middle like that, and you can see one's going in front of the other slightly. And then what we'll do is basically cut off these in the middle, and then you got like a plus shape, and it's kind of being divided into 4 rectangles there, that one rectangle we drew. And then we'll be drawing like simple kind of triangles for Sonic's feet in this case, kind of like that, kind of like curved edges on the triangles. And if you just imagine the end point over here going up like that, some kind of scaling triangle or cone triangle there, depending on the angle that you look at it. And then kind of going like this, a line across, and then we'll connect those two there, and we can adjust them when we need to later on. And for the hand, we do like a simple bowl shape, as the hands are basically scrunched up and in a fist shape. So they're quite simple to draw when it comes to just doing the foundation and basic shape there. And just to make it a little bit easier, you can tell that his hand is facing that way, kind of towards his body, going slightly upwards, and his other hand will be going into the belly slightly, so it's like kind of a circular shape. And we'll make it a little bit bigger there, but then we'll just round it off nicely, slightly going out the line we drew. And then what we'll do is just rub out inside of that circle, so it's easier to see the shape we have drawn just then. And then for the wrist part of his glove, it's just something like this, like half a circle that's appearing just behind the hand. And then you want to draw a guideline for the arm, which is just a line for the middle point of where the arm will be, and just something like that will do for now. So once you have the basic structure of Sonic mapped out and drawn on the paper, we can now actually start building Sonic up a bit more and adding in his features. So we'll start off with the mouth. So curve the start of the mouth up like this, then it'll go like a C shape down like that, and then back up and join up to that line right there. And then for the bottom of his mouth, we're just going to round it off a bit and define it slightly, so we're going to go slightly wider with that. And then you can see that it's basically looks a bit easier to tell where the mouth is now. So we can draw in the white part of the eyes. So what we'll do is basically start off with the edge like we did with the mouth. So we'll go from here, it's going to be curving all the way up to about there, and then it's going to go sharp turn downwards, and then I'm going to curve in like that. And then we're going to go and curve it up like this right there, and that can be where we'll start on with the head a little bit later on. Then just draw Sonic's eyebrow here where it's like his frown marks like that, and gives it a bit more definition, a bit more personality and characteristic. You know, kind of gives him a bit of a mood. So to draw Sonic's first eye, the first one, which is quite easy, is just go to a line where the edge of like the white eye would be, where it connects the mouth area to where the yellow part of the head is, and you just do like a sort of diagonal line slightly going outwards and just fill that in. So you guys can see that there. And then for the second eye, which is a little bit more showing and it's a little bit better and actually looks like an eye, which is just like a oval shape going like this. And I'm going to go and make it and stretch it a little bit more down over there. And it's something like that. And then it's like a little white circle inside of it as well. And then just fill it in as I'm doing. So now we can move on to the nose, which is once again a oval shape similar to the eyes, and we're going to go like this kind of a shape, and we'll try and get curves, and then we'll do like a nice shiny part in Sonic's nose, and that's kind of showing that you guys have a healthy Sonic. If he's got a shiny part in his nose, you know Sonic's healthy and he's doing well. So go like that. And for Sonic's mouth, it's just simply to start off with a really small triangle pointing upwards to the edge of his mouth. And he's got a bit of a serious face on, so we'll do a line downwards to show the serious face in his mouth, and try and keep the end of that pointy to show like the edge of his mouth, and to kind of have points on each end. As you can see that the triangle's got a point and that end has got a bit of a point there. And it just gives the mouth a bit of a definition and just a better look to it, really. So this is the fun part with Sonic drawing the spikes for Super Sonic. So we're going to go with a sort of like a diagonal line going up here, and then what we'll do is we'll gradually go up like this, and then to a certain point we'll start getting it more pointy and start doing a different direction where we'll go down like that. Gradually, to eventually we will start curving it. And it's quite big, this spike, and it's quite hard to actually map out and do, so I'm going to try this the best I can. I might change it bit by bit, but I'll try and make it as easy as possible and the best that it can, so something like this really can work. So once you guys have a spike, something like that, I know it looks a bit odd right now, but we'll add in more spikes and it will look like what it's supposed to eventually, and it'll look a lot better once we add in the extra spikes. But what we'll do is Sonic's ear, which is just a bit of a triangle kind of shape like that, and then we can do a spike which is just about showing really over this way, going up like that. And you have a bit of a thin kind of spiky point there, and it starts widening out slowly, gradually going back in like this. And then over here we'll start drawing Sonic's next spike that's going upwards. So diagonal line going up like that, and then to about there we'll go, around about there. And you want to start kind of curving it down gradually, kind of have like a bit of diagonal lines in there as well to curve it off, and then you should have it kind of level with the bottom of the mouth, so kind of draw a line and you kind of see where it should be. You probably should try and make a straighter line than what I'm doing, but for purposes of just showing what I'm trying to explain there, I'm just trying to show what it's supposed to kind of look like. And what we can do actually just over here this way is try and make sure your line is kind of with the spike, it's kind of in line with everything, so it just looks a bit better, and you've got the same distance between everything, and it kind of makes the spikes look like the kind of similar sizes and everything if you look at it, because if you just section bits off, and then you can kind of get a general size of how spikes are. And he has a little bit of a mini spike going over here to about there, and then it goes back in. This is probably the simplest of all the spikes so far, really. Simple spike like that going out and back in. So guys, I've done a little bit of shuffling around with the spikes, just bringing them in a little bit. So that's all you need to do, is just bring them in a little bit, since I felt that they was slightly a little bit too long and out wide. So it's not too much of an adjustment. So if you guys have already drawn the spikes, it shouldn't be too hard. In other words, you're basically just making them a little bit smaller, that's all, and just bringing one side them in. So if you have like a box, you bring in the left side inwards basically, and just trying to make the head not look too stretched. But once you're happy with everything so far with the spikes and everything else, we can now move on to the right ear. So where you start off with is sort of a line going up like that, and it kind of goes in line with the other ear where the top of it is, and we'll go back down to round about there, and we'll keep like a diagonal line really, so you kind of get the idea of where the angle of the ear is. And then inside the ear we'll do another triangle. With ears and Sonic characters, it's always a triangle within a triangle like this, and then we'll just connect that triangle to make the ear there. So that's pretty much simple enough and really quick there. And believe it or not guys, that is the head done for Sonic the Hedgehog, a supersonic style. So all we need to do now is the rest of the body. So what we'll do is basically we'll add in the middle skin part of the body, where his like human color skin is. So we'll have like a mini circle inside there like this. We'll define the circle a little bit more for his body as it goes to around about, I'd say, over this way, and then it goes across. I did say we probably would have to adjust the feet eventually, but it isn't too much of a big deal, since we didn't really do much to the feet to make too much detail to change, so it should be quite quick. Now for Sonic's right leg, it's slightly leaning backwards, so you want like a sort of a gradual diagonal line going slightly outwards as you draw the line, and then we'll go from here, and you have that kind of a distance between the leg there. And for the second leg, we'll go from here, and then we'll slightly improve this line over here and just get rid of the big line and make it a little bit thinner right there. There we go. For Sonic's socks, it's really easy to draw these really, so just go and curve it up like that, and then we'll go for the middle point with this like that, and then we'll curve it outwards so you got like a bit of a B shape going there, the letter B going on. And then for the bottom of the sock, curve that round, and then it's basically doing a similar kind of shape, a backwards B pretty much on the other side, or a sidewards M, or a very weird looking W shape. Whatever way you can interpretate it. And there we go, we have the sock complete, and it's basically a very similar idea what we're doing and principle for the left sock. So go out and curve the line back in, and we'll go down like that for the line for the inside of the sock, and the outside simply like that there. So to start off with Sonic's right shoe, we'll go over with this line to about there, that's good enough. And then you want to go with the bottom of the shoe, and it's basically a similar shape to what we did before, but we're just defining it slightly with the lines. And then go over about here, and then what we'll do is we'll curve the edge and everything and give it a little bit of a rounder edge like that. And then for the other shoe, it starts over around out here. Try and keep it flat, the line there as well. And then from starting here, we'll go downwards. And the shoe is quite pointy, but we don't want to make it too pointy, of course, and give him clown feet. So we'll nicely curve it off over there to make that nicely done and dusted for that left shoe and sorted very good, and I think that looks fine. So what we can do is add in the strap on the left shoe like this, and then on the top like that, and then for the right shoe we'll go like this for his strap, and then we'll go all the way down, and then we'll go and follow it over this way. Starts off small, the gap, and then it widens. As you go to the side of the shoe, it goes wider over here. And then at the bottom we have a buckle on Sonic's right shoe. So it starts at the bottom here, goes slightly outwards to the line we did. Then we can go up, give it a bit of an angle, and then we'll just rub out that middle line. And you do another square inside. Just like that for the buckle. And then what we have is a little bit of like a circle for where like the shininess and the glowing light on Sonic's shoe is. For that right one is about there, and I'll just remove a little bit of the lines there with the old guidelines, and we have the shine of Sonic's shoe over here. They're basically ovals, small ovals for shining on Sonic's shoe there, and that's good enough. So almost done, guys. What we've just got to do now is the arm and the hands, and then we'll do the small tail and connect the back body spike. So what we'll do for the arm is start off with this line over here. It goes down all the way to there, and then what we'll do is go with the other line and sort of widen out the arm and make it look a little bit thicker like that, and give it a bit of a curve as well to kind of show that his arm does have a bit of an elbow in it. Now the arm has been drawn, we can start off with the thumb of the right arm. So simply what you got to do is curve it up and then a line going in like that, as you can see the gap there. And then for the finger, which I think I'll just rub out these lines over here so you can easily draw and see the fingers over there, see where they are. So we'll go like that. I will clean up my drawing after I've finished everything as well, so you guys can see what it looks like as the finished article later on. And with a line going down like this for the arch, that second finger, then the third finger will go over this way, and then the last one, which is there, will curve that all the way up like that. And I'll just quickly clean everything as well, get that all sorted. So to start off with the left hand, what you do is go with this first finger, and it goes to around about there, and the second finger, which is very similar to the second finger on the right hand, so it's got that kind of same thickness to it. So go to about there with that. Then we will rub out this line over here, and we'll draw in the thumb. So you go like this and in like that, and then we'll have a sort of like lines like this and a little bit of shading. You can tell it's a little bit of a thumb there. And then there's a bit of a gap there for the hand just there. And then what we'll do is just slightly round this up a little bit more and give it a little bit of a bigger hand slightly. And then just this end like that, and then I can rub it all out and it looks a little bit better there. There we go for the left hand. That's all sorted. So all that's left to do to draw is the back spikes. So what we'll do is go over this way, and then what we'll do is it'll curve down and then like that, and the bottom of it is over here, so then we can then join it up over this way like that there. Nice and simple. So all that's left to do is draw the tail spike for Sonic. So all you gotta do is go down like this, across, so you diagonal, and then go back in and curve it in to there, that line. So you should have something like that for Sonic's tail, and that looks great, and I think it's coming along really well, this drawing. And all that's left to do now to have this drawing fully complete is to clean up all the mess and just make it look a little bit smarter and look a little bit better to look at, really. And I think you should have a really good drawing. So after I've cleaned all this drawing, I'm going to create a line art version of this supersonic with a black ink, I believe that is pen. It's got a clear line. If I can find the tool I'm using, I believe it is in here. There we go. And it's going to be black pretty much, and I'm going to create line art using that. So then we have it ready for coloring, and I'll show you guys how to color in Supersonic the Hedgehog classic Sonic style to give your Sonic a really cool look to it, so it's more than just a pencil drawing. So guys, once you've finally finished drawing Supersonic, you should have something like this. Mine, it still probably needs a little bit of cleaning, but I'm happy with it. It does the job. But moving on to the line art layer now, I'll get rid of the previous layer. As to show you guys how to color in Sonic, I feel like it's better to show you through the method of doing line art first, so it's easier to fill in everything, and it's a lot easier to color this than to color in something like this, since it's going to be hard and it's not going to fill in as correctly as you want it. So for digital art purposes, it's better to do line art coloring, really. Though if you are doing it on paper, which most of you will be, you can still color in fine, as you got your coloring pencils, and you should be able to color in everywhere perfectly fine, as long as your drawing is clean and you've got a drawing you're happy with. So first of all, when colouring in Supersonic, he's obviously in a yellow colour super form, so obviously we're not going to be colouring in Sonic blue as he's in super form. So on digital art, if you want the exact colour I'm using, the colour code is H59, S70 and V98. So you can use that and you should get the same yellow colour. As I fill this in now, so we're going to be filling in all this area, then the back spike and back ear, and then we'll fill in the rest of the body and the legs, and that back tail. Obviously, if you're colouring in everything by hand and not filling it in with just one tap, it's going to take you guys a little bit longer, so feel free at any point in the video, I should have said, to pause the video at any point if you need to catch up and just need to spend a little bit more time on things, as there's no problem at all for you guys to just slow down and take a look at what you're doing and see if you're happy with things. So moving on to the next colour, which will be the skin, and I will get my colour palette and choose the right one. So the colour code for the skin body will be H41, S41 and V98. So I'll fill that out, and you can colour in each part that I'm filling in. So it's like the ear, the inside of the ear, the mouth area, the belly, and we'll have the arm as well there. Next off, we'll do the shoes. So the colour code for the shoes are as followed: H348, S93 and V74. So we'll fill that in. You guys colour that in if you'd like to colour your drawing, of course. The eye and the nose are the same colour, so that would be H244, S62 and V28 for that colour. It gives you a bit of like a navy dark bluish colour, and it still gives off that blackish colour to it, but it's still, you kind of like using different colours to make it look like other colours. And I think it's always good to not go for just a plain yellow, but try and mix colours together, like these skin colours and everything, with slightly different variants of one colour. So then we'll be moving on to the white part of Sonic's eyes and the gloves and the socks and shoe strap. So it's all going to be the same colour with H0, S0 and V98, and it has a hint of grey to it, so it's like it has a bit of shadowing to the white colour, and it's like he's not really in the light in the sun, so it hints off that colour a bit, and it gives it a little bit more of a better look to it than just keeping it plain white. So it just brings it out a little bit more. And we'll do it to these as well, and the shoe strap to finish off. And the final thing that we're going to be colouring in right now is the buckle on Sonic's right shoe. So we'll fill that in with the colour H52, S66 and V89. So we'll fill that in, And that should be complete. There we go. The drawing, it looks great, and I think it looks brilliant from going from this all the way to that. I think that looks great. So I hope you guys are happy with your supersonic drawing. I hope you were able to follow along this tutorial easily, and I hope your drawing turned out great. And as always, you can leave a like if you think this drawing is really good, or you can leave it down in the comments. And I'm always going to be listening to feedback and willing to listen to the feedback that you give, and that'll be great, of course. And I hope your guys, once again, drawing turned out great, and I hope you've learned a thing or two of how to draw supersonic. And now after this drawing, hopefully you're about to draw a really cool supersonic and show off to your friends how cool your supersonic drawing looks, and hopefully you'll be able to impress. So yeah, if you guys did enjoy the video, be sure to hit that like button. That'd be very much appreciated to show your support on the channel and this video. And if you're new around here and you'd like to see more drawing tutorials from me or Minecraft survival videos, then hit that subscribe button to join this awesome community where we've hit 1,000 subscribers, and I just want to say thank you so much for that, guys. It's brilliant. And I do have a 1k subscriber special on my Minecraft survival world coming up, so I've got to record that and get that all sorted since it's nicely planned, and now I've just got to record it, and I hope you guys will enjoy that, and I think it'll be a very special episode and one to go down in the memories of that series in that survival world. So once again, I want to say thank you to you guys. You're always awesome, you're always being great. So I hope you enjoyed the video, hope you have a great rest of your day, week, wherever you guys are from, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!